So, our first illustrious guest is my good friend Brandon AKA Skial on Twitch.
Archie, thank you for having me, man. It's a great honor to be here.
Absolutely, dude. Now, my mate Brandon, he started streaming in January, streaming all sorts of games, a variety streamer, you could say. And in my opinion, although he says he doesn't deserve it, he has been quite wildly successful in a very short amount of time. And I believe he 100% deserves it for the dedication he puts in, the hard work, the attention to detail, trying to make sure all of his viewers are catered for and are having a good time and feel respected. And that's why the first thing I want to ask you, why the name Skial?
It's a good question, and I get asked that quite a bit. I wanted to have my YouTube channel when I first opened it, as it wanted to be Annex Gaming. A bit of a background with the Amex Stadium, Brighton Stadium, but that was taken. So I had to, and one of the recommended ones was Skial, and I thought, that kind of sounds cool, and then I just stuck with it. So that's where we are. But the annoying thing is, on Twitch, I'm Skial_. I hate being Skial_ because
really,
somebody has Skial, but they don't use it. They've got like 10 views and one person on the channel. So I'm emailed Twitch so many times saying, can we swap over?
I had wondered myself whether that was a thematic choice that you had taken.
No,
shit out, but no, that's very interesting.
It's annoying. Maybe one day I'll get Skial, but yeah, Skial_ at the moment on Twitch.
We'll have to get in touch with him and send him an email. So, talk about streaming. Why did you start streaming? What got you into it? What gave you this creative spurt to do so?
All right. So, as you said before, I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I stream often like FPS games and, to be honest, any games. I enjoy doing party games with chat, some Jackbox, some Scribble.io. And I'm trying to get more into story games too, because that way I can read chat and I can also, chat can give an option. I've just finished Detroit on the channel. We're going to be starting Beyond Two Souls very soon. But yeah, as I said, a great game. But yeah, I want to focus more on story games. That way I can interact with chat and they can also tell me how they want the story to go. With Detroit, it was awesome to have those options because that's an option game. You can say, chat, I'm going to pause it here. What do you think is the best option? Which way would you want to see the story go?
Would you say that those sort of games are your favorite ones to do on stream?
Both on and off stream. I think it gives me such a variety of options. And, it gives you as a gamer, I guess, a choice of which way you want the story to go. And it's not just a written story by someone. So Absolutely. All the David Cage games, Quantic Dreams, Heavy Rain, Detroit, all those types of games must be one of my favorite games of all time, to be honest.
Now, if we talk about streaming, obviously we've both highlighted the word viewers.
Yes.
Now, how many followers do you have? Can you explain that to
So at the moment I have 451 followers with 7,500 channel views.
How long have you been streaming for?
I've been streaming for 6 months, but it's been very on and off. So as I said before, I opened my YouTube channel on December of 2012. And as I said, the channel was called Skial Gaming. Right. The content, very cringe back in the day, very cringe content. But I used to make videos.
Anyone who's tried to make it at a young age,
of course,
look back at their things.
Yeah, it's not great content. I don't understand how people used to watch it, but we move. Did
you have any followers there?
I built up 500 followers or 500 subscribers, I should say, on the channel, and then I stopped. So I was making GTA, COD content, Minecraft, and my first video went up on the 7th of December of 2013. So it was a year after I made the channel. And I was pretty consistent on the channel, making videos maybe every week, every 2 weeks, until about 2016, where I had my GCSE exams. So anyone that doesn't know, they're massive exams that go towards your future, I would say. So if any American viewers or outside of the UK people don't know, so those exams I had to focus on, and schoolwork just kind of dragged me down. And then I stopped making YouTube videos, and I was Twitch streaming a bit back at the time, but YouTube was my main focus. And I think I was always worried what people would think of my YouTube content, even back in the day. Like some of the kids at school used to be like, "Oh, well, I mean, it's a bit cringe." And back in the day, I used to be like, "No, it's not. My content's the greatest content ever." But I mean, yeah, it was cringe.
Was that a worry for you about how the things that you were doing online would make other people react?
Yes, I think even now to this day, I'm kind of a person that worries quite a bit what other people think of me. So this year, 2020, I sat down. I think this making content and enjoyable content, either on YouTube or Twitch, is something I have always enjoyed, and it's something that I will always enjoy. So I think this year I just said to myself, look, I'm just going to sit down and just try it and put all my effort into it. And I don't care what people feel. I've had some school friends message me to this day saying, why have you started up Twitch, or why are you going to start YouTube again?
Really?
Yeah, and I just think it's just something that I enjoy. I think people will always hate on you no matter what, which is kind of sad. But I think I've grown up a bit to the point where I think, you know what, your opinion doesn't matter to me, because I've got so many nice people in my community, the small community that I built, saying that, I enjoy your streams whenever you stream. It puts a smile on my face, and yeah. So I think you got to take those comments more than the hate comments. You know what I mean? And I don't get that many hate comments. It's just people from school that used to remember me doing YouTube.
It's the thing that people say, isn't it?
Of course.
You can get 100 people saying, "Oh my god, I love you," and then you get 2 people saying something nasty, and the only thing you think about is the 2 people.
It goes to your head a bit, the nasty comments, but they've been majority positive, and I think that's where I try and, because I've had those experiences in the past, like not a huge amount of experiences, but people being nasty, but people will be on the internet. You know what I mean? People will try and tear you down because they're behind a screen. But that's why I think for me and my community, and I try and have a Twitch for me as a safe space. So anyone wants to come in, I'm welcome of anybody, any age, any ethnic background. That doesn't matter to me at all. Like, just
Absolutely.
If you're there to be nice, be supportive, and just have a good time at the end of the day. That's kind of why I do content, because I think it takes me outside of. I think everybody, like, when you make content, or if you spend time on video games, it takes you outside of your outside world, doesn't it?
It's an escape, isn't it?
It's an escape, of course. So I think Twitch is great for me to meet new people, and I've met awesome streamers, other streamers during the time, and it's been great fun, and I continue to do so.
Which is something which sounds like a very fantastic byproduct of doing this.
Yeah.
But, see, we've spoken about, you said you sat down in 2020. This would have been in January, so this would have been your New Year's resolution.
It was indeed.
In these 6 short months, you've had that really amazing growth, nearly 500 followers on Twitch, as well as before having 500 subscribers on YouTube. For a lot of adults watching whose kids may be wanting to do this, and they're saying, "Oh, this isn't a real job." Now, I'm not saying for 1 minute that you are the next JJ Olatunji making millions and millions of Great British pounds of your streams, but explain a little bit how you've been able to monetize, and whether that's been able to keep you streaming, and whether it's something viable for you.
Of course, monetization is always a big thing. So if anyone that doesn't know Twitch, I'll take it back just for 2 seconds, because some maybe adults don't know what Twitch is. So Twitch is a streaming website. If you think of YouTube, you watch pre-recorded content. So Twitch is, I'm streaming at the moment, and you can send a message to me saying hi or whatever, and I will read that on screen. So
broadcasted live.
Yeah, broadcasted. So Twitch is a free website, and viewers can come in and watch. It doesn't cost anything for viewers to come in and watch. You can find me on Twitch, and anyone else, Dr. Disrespect is another massive streamer, or whoever. You can come and sit and watch their streams. So monetization wise, you can donate to streamers, and that's via PayPal, or you've got a couple other monetization ways you can do it. So the main one is subscribers. So on YouTube, subscribing is free. On Twitch, when you subscribe, it costs $4.99. However, within that $4.99, you pay it per month and you get a handful of emotes and benefits. So one of the main ones is you don't have to watch ads. You get some of the cool emotes for each different channel. And then it's just a way of supporting the content that I make. You've also got...
Obviously, in terms of that sub monetization, though, we must stress that Twitch do take a large portion of that $4.99. So
they do. They take almost half of that monetization, which is understandable because I am streaming on their website. Of course, they've got to take some sort of monetization. However,
especially downscaling.
Of course. But you can donate via my streaming software or whatever, and you can also... There's a currency called Bits. And Bits is pretty much a donation. You can share 100 bits, 1,000 bits, and that's all you pay with it with your, credit card or whatever. That's your normal currency form, and then you cheer the bits, and that's just a way of donating too. But that way, the donation is 100% towards the streamer. So with subscribers, they take half of that. But if you were to cheer bits, that is 100% goes towards the streamer. So I think from the top of my head, I think 100 bits is £1.29, but don't quote me on that. It's around that figure. So if you were to cheer 100 bits and you paid £1.29 Great British pounds, that would all, that £1 would go to me without any middleman cut. So
yeah.
But there's other ways of, there's merch. So in the future, I might make some merchandise for monetization. That's kind of outside of Twitch, but those are the ways that you monetize Twitch. And of course, one major thing which I forgot, which doesn't make too much money, but if you've got a huge audience, you can run advertisements on your stream. So that makes a small variety of money. Same advertisements as you just watch on YouTube before watching a video, or you see on Instagram or Facebook, or those types of advertisements.
And obviously, another thing to stress is that sometimes people don't really like talking about monetization, especially the creator.
Of course.
Because it can almost feel a little bit taboo. You're sort of worried. You don't want to come across to the people who consume your content that you're hungry for money or support.
Oh, yeah.
I
often stress this in the stream.
It's good to normalize the fact that,
of course.
I am making this content. I haven't made the rules. I can make money this way. Win-win. Everyone wins.
Yeah.
Viewers are still getting the same content, but if they wanted to support me directly, this is how they can do it, and that's fantastic.
And I got to stress this as well, because often people think that the money I make on Twitch just goes into my pocket and I go and buy a beer or whatever on that. But as I say, I don't know how other streamers do it, but I kind of think the way I make my money, I will put that almost in a savings account and then use that on other Twitch equipment, games. I don't want to use that on myself, because I think that my content could and always can be better. So if I can spend that money on making new equipment, say a stream deck, or a new microphone at some point, or new PC parts, which would help my stream and give me more space for games, I don't want to use that money for myself, because I think if I needed the money, I would go and get a job. And I'm not in need of the money, but I don't need the money at the moment. I'm financially doing okay, and I don't need the money from Twitch to go into my pocket. So I think
and a stream deck, for anyone who didn't know, is essentially like a small phone-shaped, phone-sized object where there's multiple buttons on, and it's essentially a manager for all of your streaming needs.
Yeah.
So you can press a button, it will change the screen, just so you have a multiple monitor setup. People who are watching you from wherever in the world on Twitch, you can press the BRB button, and your stream page will go from your live camera to a splash screen, animated or not, saying "be right back," etc.
It just makes it easier than having to tab out the game, and
yeah,
just having those buttons there, it makes it quite a bit easier. So yeah,
the skeleton key of streaming.
Of course, but no, I think there's ways that people on Twitch try and make money, and it's not I would never, beg my viewers to subscribe or whatever. I think I put this content out anyway. Like, I would be streaming if people couldn't donate to me or if people couldn't sub to me. Like, streaming is a massive passion, and it's been making content has always been a dream of mine. So I think monetization, as I said, I try and keep the money to give back to the stream. That way being giveaways. Like, the last month I did a £100 giveaway, giving away to viewers and subscribers that was for 400 followers.
To be honest, you've been from what I've seen, you've been extremely generous with giveaways.
I think giving it back is the key to do it. So, people come and support me, and I'm so, I don't even know. I think I'm so honored and grateful for the support, just to have people watching my stream. I've been streaming on and off for a bit, and having one person or two people watching, and just to have some people. And I always say this on the stream. I'm so grateful and so thankful to have people in the stream watching it. And I don't feel like I need the donations or subscriptions or whatever. So it's always nice to have people sub to the channel. And as I said, the money will go straight back into Twitch with equipment or whatever else, some new games on stream. So yeah, that's monetization pretty much. And there's some outside sources of monetization. You've got some examples of Patreon, and as I said before, some merch, so people can buy some merchandise from your store and have your banner or whatever on it. And but yeah, at some point soon, I might make a merchandise store, but I'm kind of more focused on pushing the content and making sure my content's better than before I open up a merch store. So,
well, it's always good to have your finger in as many pies as you possibly can.
Of course.
And that's that option's always going to be there for you. You don't have to jump into it right now. You can jump in whenever you're ready.
It's always an option.
You have someone to design that clothing, or whether you have a design in mind. But I just want to take a little step back from the here and now. Let's go back to your childhood and earlier life.
Yep.
If you don't mind.
Of course.
Now, where did you grow up?
So I grew up pretty much where I am now, so like down south of the UK area. But yeah, I've always lived in this area. Had to travel.
Same as myself, being a southern boy. Now, how would you describe schooling was for you? Did you enjoy it or did you hate it?
It was a mixed bag. I did enjoy school, but then I think now when you go back and think about your time at school, I do miss it. I do miss. I do miss being at school, but I think during school time, it depends on what years. So like year 5 to 8 was quite fun. There wasn't too much pressure, and then when it gets to year 9 to 12, I guess, when all the GCSEs and all that kicks in, that's a bit scary. That's the scary times.
It's not the time when there's nothing to do and you have to just do your work.
You have to focus on your work. Yeah.
You can't play that damn Xbox anymore.
I know. Heartbreaking. Got taken away from me.
I was just wondering, are you in further education?
I am. So I'm at university at the moment. I've just finished my first year, and I'm studying business and marketing. So I've got 2 more years of that to go, which are the most stressful 2 years coming up. I think the first year wasn't too bad, and it did get cut short because of coronavirus, which was kind of sad. But yeah, we will continue next year in September, or if I can even go back in September.
Just that new hip global pandemic, which is ruining.
I know.
Now, this is a really interesting question, I believe. So, how did you find balancing a social life of meeting all of these crazy characters from university, where the culture is let's go out and let's get pissed up? How did you manage to balance being able to have a social life with the new people you'd met, complete your university commitments, so not easy work in any way, and find time to stream your games from your dorms?
It sounds like the impossible task. But no, it wasn't too bad. I kind of had set days. I think from the top of my head, I was streaming back then. I streamed Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and then maybe Sunday too. So the weekend was kind of the best time to stream for me, because I had the most free time then. But during the day, it was quite difficult to find time. And of course, like I went out a variety of times. So trying to have it's difficult. It is difficult having a social.
So it's that work life,
Yeah,
social
it's a
balance
big
diagram of misery.
yeah. It wasn't too bad. I think the first year they kind of ease you into university, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I just had to try and make some time, and weekends was the best time. So during the day, I always used to stream, and I always do stream now in the evenings. So I always stream about 7:30 UK time. So I used to on the weekend Saturday, I used to try and get my work done during the day, or if I had any work done during the day, or read up some extra case notes or
Now
whatever.
let's stress that was if you were awake.
Yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If I was awake, I would do that. But yeah,
No,
it's
I kid you, on the model exemplary student, and we will not hear anything else.
yeah, no more.
How do you was there any moment where someone had come up to you, or did you have any inkling that anyone from uni had any opinion on the fact that you were a streamer? Did anyone say anything? Did anyone give you any tips or anything nasty to say?
Nobody, not many people knew, to be honest, because I don't often like post my stream on social media or like my personal social media. I post it on my Twitter and Discord, of course. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't often post it on, because it's still for that reason, It's still because I
it's that
still think
worry.
I'm worried about what people would say and if they judge me. So I kind of just don't post it on my Instagram or my Facebook. I just kind of keep it all personal. So not too many people know. My two housemates, they did know about it, and I think that if there's an old VOD, they came in at one time and
I
so,
remember watching that one well. And I
started.
remember once they had gone, the chat wanted them back.
I
And you
know. And they pretty much took over my stream at one point. But yeah, they're very supportive, and I'm moving into a house with them next year. So same again. I'm sure you'll see some
you're still in contact.
shenanigans.
You're still in contact with them then?
Oh yes, yeah. We talk quite a bit. But yeah, other university friends don't know about it. It was only they knew because I mean they would try and knock on my door, and
Yeah,
I'd be like, well, I'm streaming, so you can't come in.
yeah.
But yeah, so no, I had
On
to
the way up till dawn, go away.
yeah, I had to it's difficult because they sometimes they'd go out and I'd be like, it's a difficult thing because sometimes I'd want to stream or sometimes I wouldn't stream, but I didn't always stay at home streaming. It was kind of streaming was kind of put to the back of my social things that I had to do. My number one thing was getting all my uni work done and kind of having a social, because you come to uni to be social and meet new people, of course. But then there was also other times where they were out or whatever, or I was doing things and they were out. So it's kind of just here or there. But we went out quite a bit, and I don't regret any decisions that I made on the.
Now, obviously, being very far away from home at
Mm,
university, I'm not saying you never think about it, but a lot of the time, your mind's constantly thinking about uni work. Obviously, being a streamer, you were thinking about streaming, and also you were thinking about the social life
yeah.
friends over there. Did you find yourself ever becoming homesick?
I think the first week or 2 weeks were very weird for me, and I did feel very homesick. Because bear in mind, you've got to factor in that I'm in a new city, I'm meeting new people, I'm on my own too. I've never had a space on my own, so I've got to kind of sort myself out and cook for myself and do all that stuff. So yeah, and then yeah, I was very, for the first week or two I was very homesick, but I think you get over that. And if there's anyone that's listening that is going to go to uni next year or this year, this year or next year, I think the important thing is don't put too much pressure on yourself, because everyone thinks that you go to it also depends on the person you are, but don't put too much pressure on yourself, because you will meet new people, and you will get used to sorting yourself out, waking yourself up and cooking for yourself and everything like that, kind of sorting yourself out pretty much. and looking after yourself is the main thing. Just keep healthy, make sure you're all good. I think that would be my best advice. But no, I was very homesick for the first week or two, and then I think
And
it's
then,
weird.
and then you saw the internet connection you had, and you were like, "Well, there's no way I'm ever going home."
Well, yeah, that's it. My internet speeds were insane. I'll be honest. They were about. I'm trying to think now. I think it was like 150 up, 150 down, or it was insane speeds.
Ridiculous speeds.
So good old university halls internet.
So obviously, we've spoken a lot about your streaming.
Yeah.
Since you're a gamer,
Of course.
we play games, right?
Yep.
Now, what
Yes,
was the
indeed.
first game you remember getting? Whether
Oh,
it was a game you bought yourself or a video game that someone bought for you.
that's a good question. So my mum had a I don't know if this was. I think this was one of my first. I think my mum had a PS2 back in our
Right.
old house, and I think,
The classic.
yeah, I'm trying to think of the game. I think it was something like SX Tricky. It's like a snowboarding game.
Yeah.
It's SSX Tricky. Something like. I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think of the game now. That's kind of annoying me.
Yeah, you do all of the snowboarding, and it would have the
Snowboarding stunts.
crazy music playing.
Yeah, so that was one of my first games that she said, "Got here you go." She passed it over and said, "Have a go." But then ever since that, I've
I
kind of
wasn't expecting that at all. What a banger!
no, it's a great game. And then I kind of got more games for the PS2. Simpsons Hit and Run is one of the
Oh, goodness.
best games in my opinion on the PS2. But there was GoldenEye. There was like a James Bond 007 game on that. There were so many good games on the PS2. I might have to go buy a PS2 now, just for the old school games.
I have to hook it up to the stream and do a retro.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so good. I have to try and see if I can work that out.
Yeah. So that was the first game,
mm,
which obviously holds quite a significant emotional connection.
yeah,
But what do you think is your favourite?
that's another good question too. I think my favorite game, just for the amount of hours and just the joy that I put into it, I think it's got to be Modern Warfare 2, because
Right.
the amount of time I would get home, not finish half my homework, and jump straight on my Xbox to get back on COD, and that was such a good game in my opinion. I think nostalgia is a big. It takes about 50% of that. Maybe the game wasn't so good when I go back to it, but
nostalgia
no,
is a very powerful thing.
it's a very powerful thing. But yeah, other games that I'm a big fan of, like Animal Crossing. I was a big Nintendo fan, and still am a big Nintendo fan. Like I had a DS, Nintendogs. You can't go wrong with Nintendogs. Yeah, Mario Kart, Nintendogs, like Super Smash.
I
Super
remember
Smash Bros.
there was literal days where I didn't go into school because I felt ill because I wanted to prestige.
So I always had when the when the new COD came out every year. It's around September time, I think, or September, October.
You had the headache.
I woke up with such a bad headache, Archie. I don't know why, man. It might have been because the new COD arrived at my door, but something. I had a bad headache. I felt a bit sick. My mum went, "Are you sick, or do you just want to spend time on the new COD?" I was like, "No, I promise, I'm sick."
Yeah,
I got a couple of sick days out. She's more strict than maybe some other parents, but I got a couple.
you managed to get a few. You managed to get a few.
I managed to get a few. Some of my mates, like one of my mates, every single time a new COD came out, he was never there.
Yeah,
I was like, Mum, but X, Y, and Z has got a day off today. Why can't you give me a day off? I always used to see him. I used to have like the Xbox app on my computer or something, and used to
just see he's online playing.
I just see that he's sat there, or I don't know, like not when I was younger, but when I was older and the new CODs came out, I used to have like an iPhone or whatever. I used to have the Xbox app on there, and during the day, I used to like check on the app and see that he'd be on, or see him and a couple of my schoolmates. I was just like, oh, so unfair. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck at school, and you're at home on the new COD or the new game or whatever.
Level 2 ICT with a teacher who doesn't even open up the presentation on PowerPoint. He just goes
Yeah.
through slides.
But no, I spent quite a few days off sick, or in brackets, sick.
So obviously
Doing,
we've stepped there on a little bit of nostalgia.
yeah,
How about we look forward and we
sure.
say, are there any games that you're really excited that are coming out soon?
That's also a good question. There's quite a few games that are coming out. I think Cyberpunk 2077. I think that comes
Sorry,
out.
absolutely outstanding game.
That's going to be an awesome game, and the fact that it's got Keanu Reeves in it just makes the game even better. There's that game that's coming. That game's coming out. That's quite an open world, and it kind of reminds me of GTA.
The character customization as well looks impeccable.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait for that. There's The Last of Us 2, which comes out. I think that's next week.
The
But
Naughty
that's
Dog game.
the Naughty Dog game. That'll be awesome. I can't wait to get it myself. Or I don't think I'm going to stream that game just because there's so many people that are going to buy it themselves. I wouldn't want to ruin the experience for anyone else.
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah, I'm enjoying. I'm going to enjoy, spending that game off stream and trying to finish it and try and finish the whole game. But yeah, I think not one that's coming out soon, but I mean, I'm excited for GTA 6 if it ever does come out anytime soon. I'm a massive fan of the open.
I don't think they can get their mind sorted out, because one minute you're seeing a report that it's coming out next year, and then one in 2022, 2023. I saw a news article the other day saying 2027.
2027, damn.
It's like, what? I mean, sure.
I'm going to be old.
This game might take a long time to be made, but why would it be taking 14 years? Why would it come out 14 years after GTA 5?
I know. I
GTA
thought they were
Online
already
is
making it. But no, at some point, if it does come out, I'm a massive fan of like the open world GTA games and all those types of games. Like just being able to do whatever you want. Like Red Dead Redemption's a massive Rockstar game that is awesome. The second one and the first one. A lot of nostalgia with the first one though. John Marston going around shooting people.
Don't say his name. I'll have to end the stream. I'll be crying too much.
But no, that's what I'm excited for in the future, and I'm sure there'll be other games maybe this year that EA bring out or that they announce. Sony is having a big games conference within the next week for the PS5.
See, they were meant to be having it on the 4th of June, but with the current situation and social circumstances, it was probably best that they didn't. And that was it was a very grown-up decision by them.
I've been quite impressed with most of the games companies. I went on Warzone the other day, and they had a massive message saying that we stand with everybody in these times, and I've been quite impressed with the video games companies taking a stance.
Yeah, I saw
these issues.
I saw that Apex Legends had also done the same thing. And then you see that the Bethesda the Bethesda Twitter accounts, changing all of their flags to rainbow for Pride. Apart from the areas which don't accept that.
Yeah, but no, I think it's I think they've been good, and I think even Rockstar have said that they're taking the servers down for, I think it was like a couple hours, I think, because of everything that's going on, both from Red Dead and GTA, which is nice. It's nice to see these video games companies taking a
sign of solidarity, which many people would appreciate.
100%. Yeah, no, it's nice to see. It's nice to see.
Right. We've spoken a lot about video games, and I think the people at home might be getting a little bit bored. What they really want to know is, what is Skial's film and television choices?
Damn.
So obviously, as a pillar of all modern day media consumption, with the likes of Netflix streaming and big blockbuster films earning vast amounts of money at the box office, what would you consider as your favourite film?
Oh, that's a good one. Favourite film? I got a couple. I mean, the first one has to be, I'm gonna sound like a massive nerd, but Tron, the old one and the new one, like
which I've just found out a few days ago, so I'm not surprised I heard that.
Yeah, no, that is one of my favourite films.
What is it about the Tron films? Because although people might get really annoyed and get their pitchforks out, I have never seen a Tron film. I don't understand the setting. I don't understand the story. It looks awesome.
Okay,
but
well,
I have
that's Archie's
no idea.
homework after today.
I have no idea. Explain it slightly to me.
Okay, so I don't want to go too much into the story, but pretty much in the second film, the newest one, I think it came out in 2010. The guy.
Is that meant to be a sequel or is it a prequel?
No, it's just its kind of own film.
Right.
You got the main characters, which are like Tron and all those different characters, but it's just a sci-fi world where they've got these little discs which they throw at each other and they like slices them in half and stuff, and they've got these like Tron vehicles and whatever. So it's a very sci-fi, but the story in the second film, or the newest one, I should say, because there's an old Tron which is like 19, I want to say like 82.
I believe it's Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges is in both.
Right.
So I would, for anyone that hasn't seen it, I would recommend seeing the new one. It's on, you can get it on DVD or Disney streaming service
Tron
or whatever.
Legacy.
Yes, yeah. So, but no, it's just a cool film, and I've watched it ever since I was like quite young. Anyway, when the film first came out, I watched it, and I just sometimes come back to it. But other films like The Wolf of Wall Street's a great film. I'm a big fan of that.
Fantastic film, isn't it?
I'm a big fan of that film.
I have no idea how DiCaprio didn't get an Oscar.
Bro, I know. I don't understand him and Margot Robbie doing bits in that film. But yeah.
Yeah, you could say there's some quite iconic scenes there. Favorite TV show or TV series?
Oh,
let's go to TV now.
TV. It's a good question. I think favorite TV show. You're hitting me with the good questions, Archie. You're a very good interviewer. You've done your prep. My favorite TV show has to be, and I know we share a mutual connection on this.
Right.
Do I even need to say it, or do you want to say it?
Well, you need to say it to the viewers.
Yeah, there's got to be Stranger Things.
Oh!
See, he knows. But Stranger Things is a great show.
Right, so we're going to quickly take a break in the podcast while we go and watch an episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah, we're going to go watch an episode and then we'll be back. Oh no, sorry. An episode. I mean, we're going to go watch a season.
Yeah. No, explain why you enjoy Stranger Things so much.
It's just another quite cool kind of sci-fi setting. You know, a child named Will goes missing into this kind of upside down dimension, and his three other friends have to try and like work out where he is. And there's also this other girl that comes out of the sci-fi dimension called the Upside Down, and they all kind of like, and she's got some like, I say magical powers. It's not magical. She's got some, I say mental powers, and move stuff with her mind and stuff. But yeah, it's
telekinesis.
That's it, telekinesis. But yeah, it's they kind of just work out where he's gone and what this upside down universe is. I think the casting, on both Stranger Things and Tron is insane. Like how they've got in Stranger Things they've got like all the kids, and it's all the kids are perfect for the role that they're you got Dustin and all the other characters, and they're
massive props to the Stranger Things casting director, because as you say, every character
they've done a perfect job.
Perfectly.
They've done a perfect job. But like other TV shows which I enjoy.
You couldn't see anyone else playing one of the characters.
No, I think that's I don't know. Looking back at it, like even games, like the way that people cast. An example of like Detroit, like Brian Deckard as Connor and Marcus and all that. So I think that how both games
Brian's better, but
Brian's better.
How
they cast and get the characters to be almost perfect. You couldn't imagine a world without seeing even if you think like Doctor Who as an example. So you couldn't imagine without David Tennant. David Tennant's been my favorite Doctor Who for some time.
I would have to go with Eccleston, but that's just because of my age.
Fair dues. David Tennant or Matt Smith for me, anyway. But yeah,
did you think there was another TV show that you wanted to talk about?
The Big Bang Theory is I quite enjoy it. It's a comedy,
That's
and
one I've never seen. I've never understood.
oh, you have to watch it.
I,
You have to watch it.
I've always seen it in these uploaded clips where it's like something that maybe isn't actually that funny. But I wonder
Yeah,
if I was into the show or watched it from the beginning, I might find it funny.
no, it's good.
I'm not sure.
Trying to think another one. I super enjoyed Breaking Bad.
Obviously, another thing to just say to everyone listening: every single thing that we're mentioning now, if you haven't seen it, this is an absolute,
You have to go and see it.
go and have a look, because
Go and check it.
if we think they're good,
Yeah, and they're popular TV shows. I haven't just named one out of nowhere.
yeah. So this indie film called Skial. Find it on www.twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of those types of. I don't think I have a genre like Breaking Bad is another big one that was quite big back in its time. I've never watched Game of Thrones though.
Game of Thrones is one which is like it was such an easy suggestion back in the day, but the way that the series ended, or the show ended, I guess, it pissed off so many people that.
Yeah, I heard that the final season was not good.
Everyone just assumes that there's no point, because if the last season's just going to piss me off, why should I get myself involved?
Yeah,
but I would definitely recommend to watch it. I mean, the casting in that is also brilliant. There's like lots of realistic like gore and fight scenes, which like I like the shows I watch to be very realistic.
Yeah.
Sort of fantasy, political, all of that. It's very good. I'd definitely recommend.
Any well-casted film or TV, we're down for it.
Yeah. If it makes sense, then it makes sense.
If it makes sense, yeah.
Obviously, as well as big blockbuster films, there's and obviously talking about Stranger Things, we have Netflix.
Yeah,
now,
of course.
Netflix is a streaming service very much like Twitch.
Yeah.
And Netflix makes vast amounts of money for their creators and whatnot, and the people who promote that. Do you think that one day we could see Twitch streamers generating the same incomes as Hollywood stars?
Do you know what? In my opinion, I think we're very near to it. I think it's not far away until, as an example, if you take Ninja, he was a Twitch streamer. He's now over on the Mixer, which is a Microsoft streaming service. But he's over at Mixer now. But I think he's got brand deals with Adidas, Red Bull. I think it's going to be soon until you see that these streamers are going to overtake, movie stars. It's going to be in the next couple of years, if they haven't already. I mean, I don't have the figures for, how much Ninja makes as an example, but I think it's very similar. Ninja just hops on his.
It's something which is really funny to me, really. Because I remember being at primary school and the early years of secondary school. And if you were a gamer, you were some disgusting nerd.
Yeah.
You were some disgusting geek. Whereas now everyone is gaming, and
it's a
hip thing.
I think if you go if you are
discriminated against.
No, I know. I think if you ask kids what they want to be in the future, I think more than 50% of them they will be YouTubers. Or, I mean, if they know about Twitch, they'll say that they want to do some sort of, social media influencer.
Yeah. There you go.
So they want to do that. They see I don't even know. I'm trying to think of
They see Jake Paul.
They see Jake Paul, Tana Mojo. Is that it? Yeah. All those massive, stars. But no, I think on the streaming side, I think Ninja is the nearest one to be making that. I mean, don't get me wrong; they're all making massive money. Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, all the streamers on the both
Shroud,
of course, Tfue. They're all making decent money, but I think it will be near. A quick example is that there's a film coming out soon. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Free Guy.
No, I haven't.
And it's about video games pretty much. And it's got Ninja in it, or it's going to have Ninja in it.
Oh, right. Okay.
So in the box office, it's going to be like a proper film. But yeah, I think it comes out. I don't know if it's meant to come out this year or next year, but it's got Ryan Reynolds in it, and it's got it's got Joe Kerry from Stranger Things too.
Right. Yep. So,
So trying to think of his name. What's his?
It's the opposite one to Jonathan.
Yeah.
um,
Oh no, that's gonna annoy me now.
name?
Right,
I'm sorry.
he's gonna Google. I've got IMDb up. I'm trying to.
No, it's just come up with Jerry Kerry. I'm so sorry.
Steve Harrington.
Damn it,
Steve
Steve.
Harrington.
There we
But
go.
yeah, so Free Guy comes out in 2020, and it's pretty much like it's kind of an idea of GTA.
Oh right, okay.
So I would check it out on YouTube.
What
But
sort of
yeah,
character is Ninja going to play in that? Is he going to be?
I have
cranky?
no idea, but I've heard that
Cranky
Ninja is meant.
90s?
I've heard that Ninja is meant to be in it. So
building a skyscraper in 3 seconds.
yeah,
As if
Fortnite doing Fortnite dances in the background.
There probably will be cringy Fortnite dances for sure.
Of course, but no. But going back to it, I think for sure in the next couple years, or even in the next couple months, I don't know, it depends. But I think that Twitch streamers can, make as much money as, movie stars, or if not more, if not more, because
5 years time we'll be seeing the Twitch sign Skial to a contract.
I don't think so, but sure.
$45 million.
Right, if I ever make that much money, damn, I don't even know about that.
Right.
I don't even know about that.
Okay. Let's go past streaming for a second. Let's
Sure.
go past TV and film.
Yep.
Let's talk about sport.
Big up
We love
sport.
sport.
Yep.
Now, as I already know, you're a keen football fan. Or for
I am indeed.
American listeners, soccer.
Soccer.
And although I already know,
Yep.
can you clarify to which team you hold allegiance? Who do you support?
So I support Brighton and Hove Albion. So I'll give you a quick background on
Brighton and Hove Albion.
Or the Seagulls.
The Seagulls.
Seagulls as their nickname. I'll give you a bit of a background on why I support them and a bit of their background. So my granddad was born and raised in Brighton, and he spent a majority of his younger years in the city. And his house was very near the old stadium with the Goldstone football ground. And that was their stadium right up until 1997. And then I think for some financial reasons and other reasons, they had to move stadium. I think the stadium got knocked down. But then they moved to the Withdean Stadium, which wasn't the best stadium. It was a running track. You had a massive running track and then a football stadium.
I've seen pictures of it.
So I visited back when I was younger. I visited the Withdean Stadium, but I never got to visit the Goldstone Stadium, which was kind of sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember a vivid memory of being miles away. Like it was so hard to see because you've got the running track in between the football and the seats. So, but yeah, then they
it's like you're at an Italian football ground.
I know it's miles away,
like a Napoli stadium or something.
But yeah, then we did some games there, and then in 2011, the Amex Stadium, so the stadium we're at now, the American Express Community Stadium, was opened.
We can say for a moment is one of the best stadiums in the UK, and I don't even care.
Oh, it's.
Agrees.
I mean, I'm biased. I'll say it's the best stadium. It's a great stadium. I've been there. I've been fortunate enough to go to the Amex about 4 or 5 times. But yeah, so I'm a massive football fan. Like, I will watch football even if Brighton's not on. I will still watch football. But we've been quite fortunate at Brighton that when we got promoted, we're in the the highest division in the UK. So we're against like the Manchester Cities or all those types of teams.
What would you say is your greatest memory since you've been supporting?
I've got 2. All right, I've got 2 great memories. The first one was against Wigan. All right, I wasn't at the match, but I watched it on TV.
Wigan.
So I was against Wigan. Brighton won 2-1 in April 2017, and this secured their promotion to the Premiership, the highest division in the UK.
Yeah.
which we're still in now.
Do you remember who scored that day?
I know Murray scored.
Oh, Glenn Murray. You can just take a moment to say that he is a legend of your club.
Oh, he is. For real. He is, I don't think we would be anywhere without him. So he's an iconic striker and will be, even when he retires, I'm sure we'll have a monument outside of the Amex for him when and if he retires. But he's like 35, or between 35 and 38. So he's getting there.
Yeah, he's getting there. I mean, modern day football players can go for bloody ages, but
yeah, but no, he's getting there. The second match was, I think the second match was more special than, or the second memory was more special than the promotion, which was the FA Cup semi-final against Man City. All right, and this was held at Wembley Stadium, which is a massive stadium, which holds over, I think it's almost 99,000, or a massive stadium. And the FA Cup, if anyone doesn't know, is like a massive competition. It's all teams like within the top.
It's the biggest cup competition.
Yeah, is it within the top four? Or I don't know how it works. Like we've got the Prem, the Championship.
Yeah, it's within top. Actually, I think the FA Cup even has. You can be from like the National League. If you were to win your games,
yeah,
I think you can get there. I mean, it's sort of like the League Cup, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, it's a massive competition.
But most likely, it'll be the top four leagues.
Yeah. I think so. So it's a massive competition where you face other people from up or down, higher or just underneath where you're sitting, and then so Brighton managed to beat most of the competition until we got to the final against Man City. Anyone doesn't know, Man City is like one of the biggest teams in the UK. But what made it so special is that I was at the match, and me and my granddad were at the match.
That's brilliant.
So it's a bit of history. So, but no, that although we didn't win, we did not win.
Do you remember the scoreline?
It was 1-0 to Man City, and it was within the first.
Heartbreaking.
It was within the first 5 minutes, which is even worse.
Oh no!
But I think I don't think we expected to win that game. It's Man City.
What an occasion, though!
It was a great occasion. I've only been up to that stadium a handful of times, so to go and see my team, it's extra special. So, but yeah, I'm honoured to have that.
Do you see a bright future for Brighton?
I think I do, but I think we need more money, if anything. It's hard to. The Premiership, the top division in the UK, is very, very, very competitive. You got some small teams and you got some massive teams. I said Man City as an example. You got Liverpool, Arsenal I'd put one up there. Chelsea. You got those massive teams, and I think it's just the money side is an issue for a small team.
When you look at clubs like Newcastle, who are about to be bought out by an entire country,
yeah,
then you know how much money a country like Saudi Arabia would have to chuck it. Would you say Brighton need to sell players to earn that money, or is it something that the owners need to be doing more?
I think the owners that we've got have done so much in the time. So I think it's a bit of both. The owners need to somehow invest more money into it, but it's been hard. I know this COVID-19 situation hasn't helped small teams like us.
Absolutely not, no.
Because there's no games, there's no ticket sales, and there's no I know a variety or a majority of teams make their money through broadcasting,
and obviously with the the social pressure that has come from certain clubs putting staff on furlough and then having to unfurlough them has meant that clubs have, I've been too scared or whatever, so they haven't furloughed staff, and they're still paying all of that.
Well, yeah, I know Brighton for a fact.
Revenue.
I know Brighton for a fact have said that they're going to pay all their staff to the end of the season, no matter what the outcome. So it's small things like that that make me happy to support a team like that, because I know I'm not going to say which team, but I know some teams would just say, no, we haven't got the money, or they want to save the money. They're a massive team, but would say, no, we're going to save the money, so we're going to have to sack you off. So, I mean, we've done Brighton have done quite a few things, by keeping the staff there. I just got an email the other day saying that for £20 you can have a cutout of yourself in the stands
Really?
for the future games.
That's amazing.
So I did get an email about that the other day. I don't know. I might do. I haven't decided yet.
That's so cool. That is.
Can we get Skial spotted in the stands of the Amex for the future games?
We're watching the game on Sky, and we can zoom in. We can hear the crowd noise. Like, yeah, there he is.
Just me in the back corner.
Brilliant.
But no, I've been supporting Brighton for years, and I always will do. So
I've heard an initiative that a lot of fan groups have been coming up with, and they've been saying, we have X amount of fans in the world. So give me a rough figure for how many Brighton fans there are in the world.
Oh God,
100,000, 90,000.
I think I would say 100,000, but I would say there could be more.
And this is like diehard fans, by the way. Like,
oh yeah. Like 100. I would say 100,000 diehard fans.
So if we say every single one of them paid the club £10 for transfer budget, so we're going my £10 times 100,000. It's 1 mil.
Yeah, that wouldn't even bother me. Like, I'm happy to, contribute. I still have. I don't have a season ticket for Brighton, but I do have a membership that I pay each year, which of course helps, like, the staff or whatever. Or you know what I mean. So it goes towards give back to the team. But no, I want to. Now I've got. Well, I mean, when and if I can go back and watch football, I want that to be the first thing that I can do. I want to go to the Amex and take my granddad and go have a day at Brighton and watch a game. But I don't know.
I believe our two clubs have a game very soon.
We do, and it's on. I think it's Sky Sports or BT. No, I think it's Sky Sports.
Sky Sports, yeah.
Yeah, but I've been quite happy to see that BBC are going to put quite a few games on too.
I think it's great how many free games are going to be having, because I know a lot of people who, it might sound a bit crazy to some people, but some people, without watching football, can become very, very depressed.
Oh, for sure.
And can become very, very potentially suicidal.
Yeah.
Football is their life.
Yeah. You got to think about those fans that go every single week in, week out. That is, take that away from them. It's a punch in the gut.
So being able to have these games, because, a lot of these games are broadcast on services like Sky, BT, Amazon, whether that be free or not.
Yeah.
So to have a game come up on just the BBC for free, I think is a fantastic thing for accessibility. Yeah,
no, it would be good to see some games on BBC. I think that's the first time in 20 or 30 years I read the other day that BBC have put some free games on. They always put the FA Cup on.
Yeah.
But
I remember ITV used to do the Champions League group stages.
Yeah, they used to. I don't know if I think it's all that's on BT Sport now. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's moved to the BT Sport. But no, I'm excited for football to come back, and just to watch football, because I haven't watched football since this has all been shut down. So it'll be exciting just to watch a bit of football, even though if I can't go to the stadium.
So obviously we talk about lockdown causing football to go away, but as well as football, it's been all sport. It's been everything. Really.
Everything.
Are there any other sports that you really like?
Do you know what? Having this weather, because the weather in the UK has been super nice, and it's only just now the golf course is now open. So I'm gonna try and get out on the golf course. I'm a big fan of golf. I started golf when I was about 8 years old,
Right.
And it's been very on and off. Like, because of my university, I haven't been able to do golf, or because of my big exams, I haven't been able to do golf. But I'm hoping that I can get on the golf course soon and
was golf something you wanted to pursue professionally?
I don't know if I'm good enough for professional golf.
But would it be something that when you were younger you?
When I was younger, for sure. I always did golf when I was younger. I was in a team, and I most of my Sundays and Saturdays were spent doing golf. But yeah, I think just the time now, it's just kind of gone downhill. But I'm hoping I can get either onto a golf course or a driving range soon, because it's something I enjoy, and it's nice. I think it's nice to get out. there's no better feeling than being on a golf course, having that open space, and
being social with either
mm,
one or a few of your friends.
yeah. No, it's nice, but other than that, I don't sports that I watch. I try and watch some when it's on. I'm a big fan of like NBA, like basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's something I'd love to watch more of if we could actually watch it at a
I
reasonable.
know. I was
Obviously,
very fortunate that
with the Atlantic divide, watching American sports is
I
quite.
know, and it's about I think it must be like between 2 or 4 a.m. in the morning. So you got to try and stay up or somehow record it or something.
Because I really like the NFL.
Yeah,
I always try and
American
watch.
football. Yeah,
I always try and watch the Super Bowl.
yeah.
But I could never actually watch American football weekly or whatever because
No, yeah. The Super Bowl was
times.
on. It's always on BBC each year,
Yeah.
which is good to watch. But no, I was but when I went to New York, I think it was not this year, last year in.
Go see a Knicks game.
Yeah, I did. I was very fortunate. I had quite a bit of money saved up for that trip, and I didn't know if I was ever going to go back to America, but I managed to get some decent seats and watch a Knicks game, and the
And
atmosphere is 10 times better than when you watch on TV. I think you can say that about any sport, though.
yeah. Although I think I already know what sort of season did you go to New York? What's the weather like?
I think we went in November time, so it was pretty cold, or getting towards the cold season. But yeah, I didn't want to go.
What are your memories of America?
Oh, I enjoyed America. That was the first time. I think I'd been to America once when I was a child, but I didn't remember it at all. So
Is it like everyone makes it out to be?
yeah,
It
if
is.
not better,
Right.
if not better. I mean, I hope that one day I can go back, maybe do a Twitch convention, maybe go to TwitchCon or something in America or something.
That'd be really
But
cool.
I want to try and go back to America at some point. But yeah, it's just it's almost so different to the UK, but it's not at the same time. If you know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I think America is the nearest thing to the UK culture as you'd get. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
talk the same thing. There are some, of course, big similarities or big differences. But yeah, I maybe one day we'll go back to New York or somewhere else.
What was the food like?
The food is as you expect. It's massive burgers. I've got pictures of like massive stacked pancakes with bacon in between. It's as you expect.
Because that's the thing I
Yeah.
didn't understand about America is like they have fried chicken with
Yeah.
like scones
Mm.
and
Yeah,
like
no.
with like maple syrup on it. It's like what?
The
Such a-
food is
Such a crazy combination, but I guess it works.
awesome. By the time I
And they,
woke up in the morning,
and they
and
call scones biscuits.
yeah, I know. I don't understand what a biscuit is. It's quite funny when you talk to Americans because they don't understand like pavement is a sidewalk or as one example. You know what I mean? That's just one example. But no, America's super cool, and I hope one day we can go back and do it again, and maybe not to New York, maybe I don't know, somewhere else. But
Go to Texas or something.
yeah, Texas seems pretty cool. I'd like to go to Texas one day.
I've heard that lots of really nice places in Texas.
Yeah, Texas is super cool. But yeah, I think travel. I think since I've been at home, and bear in mind I've been kind of stuck at university too. I wanted this summer to go away somewhere, even just to Europe. I wanted to go to, I mean, a prime example is I know we were meant to do it like TwitchCon Europe, which was in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Gutted about that. That would have been so good.
That would have been really cool to do, and also for like everyone to meet up.
And a bit of and a bit of freedom too. But I'm hoping maybe not this year, but I think next year I have to try and go away if it's America or Europe or just to get away for a bit. But no,
Talking about getting away and freedom, one of the main things that people do to take their mind off, if they're feeling bad, they can listen to a song.
Yeah,
Take their mind
music,
off, as we say. So let's talk about music.
of course.
I've been a regular viewer of your streams,
Mm-hmm.
and I've noticed quite a few times. This is, by the way, post DMCA takedown of all music.
Rip. I'm so
which is
sad we can't do
which
song
is
requests
which is
anymore.
really which is really bullshit. But
Yeah,
as I go back to it, you had the ability to have song requests on your streams,
I did.
which viewers could type in a command into the chat and request a song to be played.
Yeah,
This is a fantastic thing. It's great because people can just sit back, relax. They can listen to the music. They can vibe to it. They can chill, have a really
yeah.
nice. But for you personally, what would you say is your favorite genre of music?
That's a good question. Going back to the song request thing, I did enjoy that very much because it meant that I could also get some new music. So people would put in their songs and say if I hadn't heard it before, I'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool. I might add this to my Spotify or whatever. But I'm kind of sad that's gone, because I enjoyed both hearing what others, put on each day and what they enjoy. And then I also used to, it'd be a vice versa. They'd tell me what songs they enjoy. I'd tell them what songs I enjoy. But going back to your question on what's my favorite genre, I think my favorite genre has to be pop music. But the thing is with my music taste is it's so wide. I go from Elvis.
I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
I can go from Elvis to Eminem within seconds.
Yeah.
And anything in between. The one genre that I'm not a fan of is like proper heavy metal rock. But except for that, I listen to anything: jazz, country, pop, some rock, not too heavy, but some rock. But yeah, it's anything. I think it's a wide variety of music, but some indie in there.
I think it's best to have a wide variety because variety is the spice of life.
Of course, and I think if you keep with one,
you're not keeping yourself to one lane.
Yeah. If you keep with one, I think you get very bored. But no, some of my favorite music is like some Frank Sinatra, Eminem. It's
specifically on that point. Do you have a favorite musician or artist?
And
it doesn't have to be, that can be, I really like this guy right now, or
I think I'm
this guy.
I think I'm very into Rex Orange County at the moment, as you'll know.
If you are a viewer of Skial streams, you will know that they have a very particular song,
a very specific outro song. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Rex Orange County. Rap, like the Baby, Eminem, 21 Savage. Going into pop, I mean,
would you also say AJ Tracy on that list?
Of course, AJ Tracy, H. I'm trying to think about all my music that I'm, post. Who else we got? I'm trying to go down and think of what music.
Would you have KSI there?
I would have KSI there because KSI is.
I think I would.
I think I would too. His
a lot of people do think but I think with the most recent stuff, it's some very decent things there.
I would also have SX there.
Yeah, SX is so underrated.
I think SX is.
So he's criminally underrated.
Yes, I agree with you. SX is SX is awesome.
He's also just he's just a really funny guy. If you see his
he's super funny.
Bizarre things, but they're just brilliant.
But no, there's I think pop or rap. Sorry, I think I spend quite a majority of my time listening to rap music. So as I said, Young Gravy, Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd, AJ, Travis Scott. Can't miss out Travis Scott. I think Eminem, as I already said, Drake, Future, Mac. Okay, as you can tell, I'm just going down my music now. I was super on the spot. I couldn't think of any music.
All right. How about this? Obviously, you're going through some amazingly talented people there. But if you just say, let's go back to when you were 10 years old.
Yeah.
So from 10 years old to now, how has your opinion of
Oh,
music?
my opinion of music has changed
Were you
major.
always were you always into these songs, or were you?
No, I don't.
Right.
I think if you gave 10-year-old me a Juice World song, I don't know what my reaction would be. Or an XXX Tentacion. I think my reaction to one of his songs, if I was 10 years old, is why is he screaming?
You're having nightmares.
But I think,
You are still seeing shadows in your room.
yeah, I think my music back then was just pop, and I think now my music, as I said, I still do.
Was that like really popular pop? Like
Yeah,
just
chart music.
stuff you hear on the radio all the time, yeah.
Yeah, radio music, chart music. I think that's everybody's childhood. You know, I don't think
Yeah.
anyone put on some fucking Juice World and said, "Yo."
Unless, like, different things that their parents might play often.
Yeah. So no, my parents always put 80s music on, so I'm a massive 80s, 90s. I'm a massive
Absolutely,
fan.
dude. Absolutely. I think that's why we both love like the 80s theme as well, especially
Yeah,
like Stranger Things, because there's so much music from that period which is like absolutely
yeah. So like Elton John, Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, all those the Beatles, uh, Queen. How can we forget Queen?
yeah.
So I think all those like 80s, 90s, and a bit upwards, I'd call like cheesy music. You know what I mean? All that type of
I would chuck in the Beach Boys
the
as
Beach
well.
Boys, of course. But yeah, I think I've gone away from pop. Like I still would say pop is like kind of my favorite, but I would say I've moved towards rap music and that type of style. I don't know. I think that's just where I've got older and I've just enjoyed music. I think I've always enjoyed music no matter what. Like even at a young age, I'd have an iPod and I'd put some music on. I remember
So
I'm trying to think if I can remember my first song on the iPod. I do remember it now. It's Goodbye, Mr. A.
goodbye, Mr. A.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yep.
Is that Electric Light Orchestra?
Yes. What a banger. But I think that was one of my first songs on my iPod or whatever. But no, I think I've moved away from kind of
Now
pop music.
I'm just thinking about all the old icons on
I know. You go through your iPod.
the old YouTube one.
Yeah.
It's like a really old brown TV.
Yeah.
It looks nothing like YouTube.
The old YouTube icon. I miss that. But
Shows
no,
what
I
boomers-
think even now, I think I respect and I would never say, "Oh, that music is bad." You know what I mean? Even if I don't enjoy that music, I don't think I could ever say, "Yo, that music is awful."
I mean, you can personally feel that it is.
Yeah, I can. As I said, I can give an opinion that heavy metal rock is not mine, but I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't ever like take someone down over it.
No, I don't understand.
Listening to that, it's trash.
No, because people could say the same thing. I'm sure people listening to the podcast now could say, "Oh, why does he like rap?" Or how? Imagine like in Frank Sinatra.
They could say not rap, but like, why does he like the baby? He's crap.
Yeah, or Frank Sinatra. Who are you, a boomer? But yeah, I
What are you
enjoy. It's just how I've had all my music on. Like my parents.
Skial adjusts his trilby in suit.
Yeah. Oh, another one I've forgotten, which I'm a big fan of, grime. Like proper grime music. Stormzy, Chip. People wouldn't expect that from me, but I do enjoy that type of music. Yeah, I would.
You got to shout out Wiley as well.
Yes, I was about to say, have to. And I would almost put AJ Tracy in that kind of grime setting area,
Yeah.
More of a.
It's like a fusion, isn't it?
Yeah. But
now I've got a little question for you.
Sure.
So if one of the viewers who are listening right now came up to you and they hadn't heard any music ever, what 3 musicians would you tell them to listen to?
Wow.
3.
That's good.
Only 3 of the ones you've mentioned.
Oh my god.
We've got to narrow it down.
Yeah. So if they had never heard music before, I think number 1, I would have to give them Queen. Like they are missing out on Queen. We Are the Champions. Another one bites the dust. I'd have to give them Queen. to experience. I'm trying to think of like an old and then a middle and then a newer one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Queen, I would give him Queen. Trying to think of a middle ground one, which isn't super old, but is kind of near, near-ish. I know my newer one would be, Rex Orange County. If any viewers out there have not heard, because Rex Orange County is kind of a British, I don't even know like how you describe it, like a British indie artist, and his music is just so soulful and it's just so nice. There's not one track on any of his albums which I could say, I'm not a big fan of that.
And he's from Hazelmere, which is very
Yep.
close.
Yep. Yeah, so he's kind of near and is an awesome artist. So I think it would be Queen.
He's another Southern boy.
He is another Southern boy. I think I'd go Queen, Frank Sinatra, because he's just an icon, man.
Blue Moon.
He's just an icon.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra is absolutely fantastic.
I'd have to go with the icons, but I mean, yeah. So I'd say Queen, Frank Sinatra. Maybe Rex Orange County isn't an icon, but I mean, I enjoy his music, and I know
those are your three. So
they are.
You need to listen.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't heard, I mean,
Queen.
People
you need
know.
to listen to Frank Sinatra, and you need to listen to Rex Orange County.
Yeah, out of interest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give that question to you. What would you say if
someone? You're talking to me.
Yeah, I know. I'm maybe not meant to, but I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Yeah, of course. I like a challenge.
Go for it.
So the same question again. 3 musicians for people to listen to.
Yeah, if they've never heard music before, what is Archie's?
I would tell them to listen to Jamiroquai.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Jamiroquai, not only because of JK's fantastic vocals, but every single one of the band members' amazing work, whether that be on the instrumentals, on the pacing of it, on the way some of the music videos are filmed, just the absolute soul and the funkiness of Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely fantastic. I would recommend anyone to listen to it. I would also put down, this isn't a musician who has singing. It's literally just instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be Joe Satriani.
Okay.
Joe Satriani is one of the greatest electric guitarists of all time.
That's pretty cool.
His music creates an emotion within you just through the sound of his guitar. And that the emotion that it causes for me is like very much a childhood thing. Because my dad introduced me to it. I got to see him live with my dad 2 years ago.
Yeah,
that was at the Portsmouth Guildhall, and it was a really awesome gig. Who would the third one be? Crikey. I might have to do some pulling.
It's difficult. It's on the spot.
In my music, I mean, 100% Joe Satriani and 100% Jamiroquai.
Okay.
Christ.
I mean, those are 2 new artists to me, so I'm gonna take your advice and check them out after the podcast for sure. I mean, I haven't heard either of theirs.
This isn't a band that I've heard. I've heard the music for years, but I've never really listened to them. But I would say the House Martins.
Okay.
With songs like Caravan of Love and Happy Hour. So it's like
okay, yeah.
That's Happy Hour. Yeah, I'd say them as well. It's really it's 80s again. Really great motion to it.
That's what I think is awesome. We're both a big fan of the old. Although we're not, I'm 20 and you're what, 20. We're not old.
It shows that I guess my choices show I'm not as big of a fan of modern music as you are potentially.
Yeah, I think I'm not. There's some music now. I think the chart music for me and TikTok music is a yikes. I'm not a huge.
It's social media fueled and influenced stuff.
Yeah, but some of the songs are good, but I think some of them renegade. Oh God.
Right foot up.
That's maybe one of Drake's worst songs in my opinion. He did it just for TikTok.
Yeah.
It kills me. It's kind of catchy though.
It's an emote on Fortnite now.
Oh, is it? Oh god, it's spread to Fortnite.
And it plays the actual song while you do it.
Oh, does it? I was surprised Drake hasn't copyrighted Fortnite. I made a quick buck. But no, music's a big one, and I think I would say if you come over to the stream, any viewers, like, you would find a nice variety of music. But I mean, now you can't, so because of all the DMCA takedowns, I can't put too much music on.
Twitch might add some sort of safety feature.
Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they do. But no, I'm even when I'm not streaming, and I think even now when I will stream, I'll try and turn the audio off and still have music going into my ears and stuff, because I think music emotes quite a bit of what you're doing and what you're thinking, you know.
I was never massive into music, but the last 2 to 3 years I've really got into actually listening to music again.
Yeah. See, I've always, as I said, even at a young age, I've always been. I remember one memory of having my iPod in the car, and I think we were going up to Cornwall, or down to Cornwall, sorry. And I had Take That on, and I had I'm trying to think of the Take That song, but I was trying to remember all the words to try and sing it. Take That's another iconic British band. But yeah, music's a big thing for me, and I do enjoy music very much.
Well, we're coming towards the end now, which makes me very sad, because
it does make me sad too.
It's been a really lovely.
I've enjoyed this.
It's been a lovely chat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right, Skial.
Yes, Archie.
What's in the future for you? What are your plans?
So I think in the future I'm gonna, of course, try and get my university degree. Put that first. Try and get my university degree, come out with that and a good grade. But on the Twitch and content side of it, I want to just keep doing what I'm doing. People seem to enjoy what I'm doing, so I want to keep making Twitch content, and also I'm going to try and reboot my YouTube channel. So as I said before, I did have the YouTube channel. I took all the videos down because I had GCSEs, and of course people being a bit negative. But I think in the future I'm going to start making content again on YouTube. I know it's going to be difficult because YouTube is not the same as it was 4 years ago. It's changed a huge amount. So Twitch, I want to try and just keep going on my Twitch, enjoy it, make people happy, and I think it's just I enjoy what I do. So I think it gives me a massive escape, from the everyday world that I do each day in my household or whatever, So having an escape for a couple of hours where I can just sit, talk to people, talk to my chat, see how they're doing, and just start and finish some games and have some fun. Try and get viewers involved with the games. I mean, I know you know this because you're very often in my stream, but I try and make it an interactive as possible. So if someone messages me about, or it puts a message in the chat, I don't want to miss that message. If they've taken the time of their day to, message me or put a message in the chat, I want to read it and I want to respond to it. So yeah, I think I want to just keep doing what I'm doing. People seem to enjoy what I'm doing. I don't have a huge fan base. I'm happy with the small number of viewers that I do have, and the Discord community, and I'm happy with that. So I think just keep on doing what I'm doing, and trying to, when it gets to September, I'm gonna have to try and sort it all out, and try and focus on my studying and my Twitch streaming. But who knows? That's September. Anything could happen by then. Who knows? You never know. But yeah, that's what I want to try and focus on. Just try and be as happy as possible. And Twitch and making content does make me super happy. And I know it's not just me, but a variety of other streamers that I know and people that I know do Twitch for an escape. And and video games for an escape, not just Twitch. They hop on the Warzone, or they hop on the Xbox and do whatever, Sims, racing games.
Obviously, due to the fact that we're doing this remotely, and I've noticed I may have jumped in while you were still talking.
No, continue.
So I do apologise for that. But I think that's a very poignant point that you make. Obviously, with the lockdown, it's been really, really hard for people. Um, and I know for a fact that while being locked down, I've had some, some great times watching your streams, and
Thank you, man.
It's been a really nice escape for me personally. I know that it's been very important for other people, but
Yeah.
just as important as it is for the people watching you. While we've been in lockdown, it's probably been absolutely brilliant for you to be streaming.
It's helped me quite a bit, for sure. Touching on your point, I appreciate your comments, man. It means the world. Like, I'm just trying to make an open and just welcoming spot for anybody. You know, it doesn't matter who. As I said this at the start, it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are. I just want this to be a spot where I can talk to you, you can talk to me, and we can just have a fun time. You know, I try and interact and do, as I said before, party games, Jackbox party games where everyone can get involved on their phone. And, you know, I have it on my screen and it doesn't cost anyone anything for the viewers to just sign into jackbox.tv on their mobile browsers or, you know, on their computer or Chrome, Firefox, whatever, and join in with the game and have fun there. But no, I always want to try and make it an open experience. So, and welcoming as possible, you know. I've had it before, as I said, you know, I don't want to keep touching over the things that I said before, but I've had it before where I haven't been welcomed in, you know, other streams, and things have just made me feel, you know, uncomfortable, or, you know, I've not had people be nice to me. So I want to make this community where I'm, you know, we be nice to each other. It's with all the stuff going on in this world today, I think we need a spot with some happiness, some kindness, some just positivity, man.
What's the point of being an arsehole?
I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. So that's what I want to try and focus on. I know you said in the future.
No, I know for a fact. I know for a fact that your viewers appreciate what you're doing, and that is why you are doing so well. It's not anything down to luck or that you don't deserve it. You are successful because of the work you put in and because of how
Thank you, man.
You are, and that is just a fact.
But the being at home has benefited me huge. I know going back to your question. Sorry, I know we're jumping around a bit. I'm not interview ready. I'm not very good on interviews.
It's been brilliant.
So this has benefited me quite a bit because, of course, I had to finish half my uni work from home. So now that's all done. I have time where I'm not doing a huge amount in the days. So now I can, you know, I'm going to start writing up some scripts and some stuff for some new YouTube content. And it means that I can stream almost every single day. You know, of course, it's important to have some sort of break. So I sometimes I often have a break on Sunday. So I stream from Monday to Saturday at 7:30. But yeah, it's always important to have those types of breaks. And also just, I think it's helped my mental health for sure, because you can't go out and see someone. So having that chat there means that I can almost, well, I am talking to people, you know?
Yeah, although it's not,
although I can't
voice, it's still someone there.
And although I can't see them, and as you said, it's not a voice, I can still talk to people, which is awesome to have, you know? So, but yeah, I'm just going to continue what I do. I mean, who knows? I mean, I enjoy it because it's an escape for me. So I'm not going to, you know, I very much doubt we'll make, you know, massive Twitch numbers anytime soon, but it doesn't bother me. And as I said before, like, the monetization doesn't bother me at all. Like, just having some people there talking to me is helps me, and I know it helps them too. So yeah,
absolutely. Basically, one of the last questions: do you have any collaborations planned, or are there any collabs that you wish to do?
I think we're just take it with how it comes, you know. I think if anyone is open to, you know, and is a Twitch streamer and is listening to the podcast and is open to, you know, do a dual stream. I have done a couple in the times. I know you and me know a streamer called King Chubbs, or Joe, as he's called.
Our good friend Joe, yeah.
Our good friend Joe. So I mean, I'm 100% before the end of this year. I want to I want to do a stream with him or a YouTube video with him, or just try and do something with him for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything comes up. I mean, if Doctor Disrespect or Ninja gives me a call, I mean, I'll say, "Oh, Ninja, I mean, if I don't know if I can fit you in, mate." No, I'm joking.
Right.
If anything comes in,
So we're sat here, right? It
yeah.
is 9th of June, 2021.
Oh,
Where is the Skial Twitch channel? Where is Skial?
where is Skial? In bed for sure. It's 12:20, and I'll be in bed. No, I'm joking. Where is the Skial channel? I'm hoping that in a year's time, as I said before, I do have 500 subscribers on the channel. So I'm hoping maybe I can get 1,000 subs on the YouTube channel by
Yep.
this time next year, and then maybe 1,000 Twitch followers too. Would be great to see, and maybe I think we're on, as I said before, 7,000
Views?
channel 7,500 channel views. So maybe 12,000 channel views by then. But yeah, you never know. So I think I don't often set myself goals with stuff. I kind of just say, I'm enjoying what I do. I'm not too focused on the numbers. I'm not.
And that's a really healthy mindset to have, if I'm honest.
I don't think, oh no, only 4 people came into the Twitch today, or whatever. I don't think, oh no, I must do better. I must, promote myself more, because I just think of this as something that I do, and I hop on and I have fun, and people come in if they come in, and if they don't come in, it's no biggie. I would be great to have people there, but that's just how it goes. Sometimes you can't always. People are busy. You got to remember, with Twitch streaming, people have to watch there and then. It's not YouTube. People can't think, all right, that was a great video, I'm going to watch that after I've eaten my dinner. I'm going to watch Skyle's video after I've eaten my dinner. It's kind of, I streamed from 7:30 to about 10.
They have to be there.
10ish 30. They have to be there at the time, So I understand people, I am friends with quite a few streamers, and I say to them, well, I'm sorry, mate, I've got something else come up today. I can't be there. I can't be in your stream. It's just how Twitch streaming goes, which makes me feel insane when I think that, I think, as I take an example of my previous Twitch stream, which was my final episode of Detroit. If you don't mind, I'll just get some numbers up.
Yeah,
to give viewers a bit of an insight.
It gives the context behind it.
Yeah, it gives us some context. So, I'm also not one of these people that goes, "Oh, I got 30 people in my Twitch." Ha ha ha. That's not me. I very much keep myself private, and I don't brag about stuff like that.
You're not like, I only got $5.
So no, that's not me. I don't do that. But no, to think that, just an example for an example basis. Previous stream, when I finished Detroit Become Human, we had a max viewers of 34 people. So 34 people,
which is
that was the highest max. So when you think about the numbers, that 34 people at that very time are coming in to watch my stream, and an average viewer. So I streamed for almost 4 hours. That streams, and I had an average viewers of 22. So there's 22 people have been sat in my stream for almost 4 hours watching me finish Detroit. And I know I messed up multiple times. We had to use YouTube. We had to use YouTube at one point.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that. I finished the game 100% by myself. But no,
I 100% soloed it first time.
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course. So yeah, I don't think about. Not very often do I finish my stream and go and check my numbers. It's very like, if I often do it when I see like big streams. So I had, of course, I mentioned the giveaway before, and that was a madness. I think we had about a max of 67 people and an average of about 25 or something. So that's when I'll check the numbers and go, okay, damn, that giveaway did good. Or, I'm not too, as I said, I do it for fun, and it's not my job. Twitch is not my job at the end of the day. At one point, if it could be, I'd be over the moon. It would be great to have, streaming and making content as my job. That's always, even from a young age, when I made the YouTube channel, I always wanted to do it. So, but yeah.
I think I made a YouTube channel in 2010.
Yeah, you
Like,
beat me to it.
I think we all, like, especially in our early formative years with YouTubers who were playing Call of Duty and stuff, like we all wanted to be that.
You
But that's
watch their
why
YouTube.
But that's why it's like, I'm so like proud of what you've achieved so far.
Thank you, man.
And you're only, you started in 2012 on the YouTube side of things, but you've only
But
been
yeah,
doing Twitch for 6 months.
pretty much consistent. I've been doing
mad.
Twitch.
It's mad numbers.
It is to think about it. That I mean, I've put people don't think that with Twitch you can just jump on and people think that you can just jump on, make money, and have people there. It's not. You've got to put hard work and dedicate. And I think any Twitch streamer would say the same thing. Although it's not my job, you've almost got to treat it as a business. You know what I mean? I don't see it as a business, but the amount of hard work and time and effort you've got to put into it, you've got to be so committed to it. So, and I mean, just doing the outside things, trying to see other streamers and being consistent. I think if anyone is a Twitch streamer or wants to do Twitch or YouTube, I mean, I'm in no amazing position to give advice, but on a small streamer scale, I think you've just got to be consistent, and I think you just got to be you. I think so many people try and when they turn on the camera, I think so many people try and be different than they are.
Hey guys, welcome back to the new video.
It's for real. You see so many YouTube. I think you just got to be original and be yourself. And I think if you are, people will see it. I don't think it would be mean of me trying to think of the word to say. I don't think it would be too mean of me or
judging.
Yeah, but to say that like I'm quite humble with everything that I hate to say, but I'm humble when I think
humble brag.
Humble, yeah. I don't want to be. That's what I was trying to think of. My brain was not working for a minute. I don't want to be a humble brag, but like, I think if you come into the streams, you'll notice that like it's now become a meme that I say I appreciate the people being here every single day, because when you've been making content for a decent amount of time with nobody watching it or streaming with one person watching it, you do fucking appreciate it. You think, wow, there's 22 people watching my stream. You think, damn. Considering that I've had one person for ages, or before before this year where I said in my mindset, I'm not going to care if people judge me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think when you think about it, it's mad to see, I think it's mad now, but when, you think Nadeshot or Dr. Disrespect, other Twitch streamers that have a max viewers of 100,000, you think, what the hell? That's big numbers. But in my mind, I'm just going to keep going, and I don't, I wouldn't be too mean to myself to say that I am quite humble, and I very much appreciate everybody that comes into the stream, just saying hi. You know what I mean? Just people that say hi, people that I try and be there for others. I try and have that Discord community where if you do stream or you do make YouTube videos, I want to help you. That self promotion section in the Discord where I know that when you start streaming, people don't know who you are, or people won't watch you. You know what I mean? So if I can try and help, if you've helped me,
it's a misconception, isn't it? That like it is going to be very, very hard to make it.
Yeah,
and that's why I think
the
praise is so much, because like the deck is stacked against you, and you've still been able to do it. But at the same time, that's also an exact lesson to say, don't not try.
Yeah, I think
you can, and you listening right now, if this is something you want to do, you will be the next success story.
Yeah, of course.
If you put in the work.
Yeah, it's. I think with anything, like with any job or any passion, you have to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, then I don't think you want it. Like you've got to put in that. There's so much work. You've got to put in all the dedication to it. You've got to make that thing, that subject, your world, pretty much. Like Twitch has become, in these last 6 months, my world. So I think, I just think you've just got to, I think, make good content and put in the work for sure. And yeah, I think you'll make it for sure. I'm in no position to say I've made it, like nowhere near at all. Like I'm just a small Twitch streamer, and that is it. So, you know, with 450 people, that's not a huge amount. That's not, big, 1 mil, 2 mil. I'm just happy to have a small community. And if I don't get any bigger than this, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I would be happy with 2 people. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I'm honored and, back to being humble, but I am humbled to have people here. So, but yeah, I do enjoy it, and I'm happy that people are coming in and saying hi, and the fact that I can make someone's day is insane.
It must be a nice feeling.
It's an insane, like, when I don't know if, for of course, people that don't know Twitch, when I get to the end of the stream, there's something called a raid. So I will bring my viewers and take them to another stream. So to see the people's faces when I raid them and say, yo, there's 10, 15, 20, maybe even 5, to see those people's faces that have, I often try and raid people that have not a huge number of, well, I don't have a huge number of viewers, but I try and raid people that have like between 2 and 15, let's say that as an example. But to see people's faces, if it's a good day and we've got so many viewers and I bring in 20 people or 25 people, to see people's faces, to think that I've helped them on their journey and I'm, supporting them. Sometimes these are people that I don't even know. I will just go on, an example was at the end of Detroit, one of your friends or someone that you knew. I can't remember his name. Sorry.
It's the Mad Kurt.
The Mad Kurt. He was
UK professional wrestler.
Yeah, he was mad over the moon. But he was like, what's going on?
He was really appreciative, actually.
So to think that I can, and even not with a raid, even to think that people come into my stream because they want to see me and, I make their day better, or I serve as an escape. It's mad to think, because I do it for the same reason. I Twitch stream because it's an escape and it's something I enjoy, and people come for the same reason. So to help, and I mean, I've been raided multiple times by much bigger streamers. An example was a streamer named Kona, who came in and raided me with like 30 or 40, but I don't even know how many people she came in with. One of my Detroit, I don't know if you were there, Archie, with that one, but
I don't think I was there at that moment. I was there on the stream, but
yeah, you were on the stream. But yeah, she came in with 30, 40 people, and it was just carnage. I was trying to read chat, and it just goes boom, 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 boom. It just goes down so fast. And as I say, I try and read every chat. I try and make sure that chat interaction, I will put chat interaction ahead of a game sometimes, which I know I shouldn't do. But I will, if chat is, if people are talking, I want to read them and I want to get back to the people, because I think if you've put time and effort into sending a message, I know I said this before, but this is like one of my key targets on Twitch and something that I enjoy doing. If you've written a message, I so want to read it and get back to you. So, but yeah, it's insane to think that I can make people happy, and the people make me happy every time they come into the stream. Make me so happy, because I can be having such a bad day, or I can think, I don't know if I'm going to stream today. And I've done that multiple times. I think, which maybe I shouldn't do. Maybe I should think that I need the energy and the happiness to be peak. But sometimes I stream and I think,
that's just another one of the reasons why it's so beneficial for both sides.
100%.
Just to say, is there anything that you want to shout out, promote, speak about before we go to the goodbyes?
I think everything happening in the world at the moment needs to be addressed. So, all the protests going on, I think they are 100% deserved. Everything that's going on. If you don't have the money to donate to any of these causes, sign one or all of the change.org petitions. I couldn't say petitions, and that's my bad. Sign one of those petitions, because they do help. And I mean, I have donated a small amount to a couple of different causes, and signed petitions. But yeah, all this going on with the death of George Floyd is super important, and it's about time. It seems super weird that racism still exists in 2020. It's not 1920. This is 2020 with mad tech going on, and we still have the key number one thing that's happening in not just the US but in the UK, and I'm sure many other countries.
Well said.
So I think that's super important. One more thing, if I could shout out, or a couple of things actually. Number one is King Chubbs. King Chubbs, aka Joe. I think he needs a mad shout out. He's always inspired me. He's a much bigger streamer than I am, but he's given me so much support. And I say this to him all the time, like he's given me a huge amount of support. And
well, you say that, but he said many times that you inspire him just as much.
I think it works both ways. But to see him do well on Twitch, considering he's been doing it for years and he has much more equipment and better equipment than I do, I want to give him a massive shout out. King Chubbs on Twitch. And then just one more, just Archie, you and Zil, my good friend Romeo. Both of you guys have been supporting, and Romeo's been doing quite a bit of, or Zil has been doing quite a bit of my artwork. So I want to give a massive thank you to both of you, because you've been, moderating my stream and my Discord and everything. And just thank you for having me on as your first guest. I feel very honored to be here and have this opportunity, man.
It's baby steps for the podcast, but hopefully, people enjoy it. Hopefully it inspires people.
Of course, man. I'm happy that you've got this.
I don't expect any support, but the availability is there for you to support.
Yeah, check out the Patreon, guys. It's going to help them get a better mic and equipment. And the same way that people donate and subscribe to me, check out the Patreon. I'm sure it'll be in the description of this video or something. Or on Patreon website, sorry.
Be down below. Obviously, this episode, whether you're listening on either or, can be listened to on YouTube, and can be listened to in the direct feed on the Patreon page.
Yeah.
I do also want to say massive shout out to Zil. The artwork you're looking at right now, if you're watching on YouTube, was done by him. He's a brilliant artist. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just as much, just exactly the same way as Brandon's been saying. I don't expect any support, but anything that does happen would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
I think that's it, man.
Thank you very much. Once again, thank you for having me, man. It's insane to be on a podcast. I don't think I've ever been on a podcast before or speaking in front.
Who says that this is going to be the last time? I might get inundated with messages saying, "We need him back. We need him back."
Skial 2.0 coming back on the podcast. But nah. If I could take this opportunity quick, because I know this is your first podcast.
Yes.
I know you had your brief introduction, so I know this is at the end of the podcast, or could be moved wherever you want to do it.
It'll be at the end.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
All right. So just a couple quick ones. Give a brief introduction to the viewers about you, like who you are, why you've started this podcast, what inspires you, and all that.
Well, my name's Archie, but better known as Archers Be-Cray around all of our communities on Discord. I'm 22. I'm a massive media geek, I guess. I'm a massive big gamer. I love film, television, music. I've always had aspirations to be a voice actor.
He's got the voice for it.
And, I found myself over the last 3-4 years really listening to podcasts, and it wasn't really something. It was something I was really passionate about, but it's something I never really thought I would do. I never really had the self belief to do it. I didn't have the self confidence to do it. I didn't know how it would come about. As of right now, I don't know if there will be support for it.
Yeah.
But if there is support for it, then I can tell you that I'm going to give everything to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I give everything to make it as successful as possible. I just hope the content I produce is something that can be consumed by all, and that everyone can enjoy it have a good time listening to it.
I think it's great content. A podcast is a
Me. That's me.
That's you.
Oh,
I think podcast is an awesome thing because as I said to you before, you don't need to be, you can be multitasking while consuming this in your ears, I guess.
yeah, well,
um,
a lot of the times I listen to podcasts, it's when I'm going to sleep
yeah,
because
yeah.
I need something in the background.
I often do it when I'm editing or getting ready, writing stuff for Twitch or doing any of that stuff. But yeah, another question is like, where? Sorry, going back to it, what inspires you? What podcast you said you often have podcasts on? What podcasts are you a big fan of?
I listen like mostly to wrestling podcasts
Okay.
actually. So like I don't really watch any like wrestling anymore.
Mm.
Like things like WWE or New Japan Pro Wrestling or AEW in Florida. But more than watching it, I listen to the reviews of the shows. Sounds really
Yeah.
strange, but like I listen to people talking about what happened. Like I'll
Mm.
still watch some of the major pay-per-views, like a WrestleMania
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a Royal Rumble if I'm in the mood for it, because although I know it's it's predetermined,
Yeah.
and
Some good entertainment.
well, yeah, it's entertainment. It's soap opera. It's storyline.
Yeah.
I'm not actually thinking he's punching him in the face. It's just like yeah. I really enjoy it, and in particular, I really like the Wrestle Talk podcasts with Ollie Davis and Luke Owen.
Okay.
It's always nice to listen. Let me get my I'll get my podcast track up so I can give a few shows a shout.
Yeah, of course.
So I'd say the AFTV, All Guns Blazing with Don Robbie.
Yes.
Don Robbie and DT, because it's always funny to listen to those two being absolutely crazy.
It's time to go.
It's time to go! We got the Triple Jump podcast. That is a video game podcast hosted by Ben Potter and Peter Austin. Got Podiots, which is Ben Potter and Peter Austin again. Going in Raw, which is a wrestling podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever heard of Review Bra, he's like the guy in the suit who eats food.
Okay.
And he's like, my day is my day is ruined and all that. He has his own podcast where he talks about current events, and that's called.
I didn't know that.
That's called VORW International Podcast. Okay. And although I hardly listen to it, it's always really interesting to listen to him. And yeah, Wrestle Talk and Cultaholic. Myself being a moderator for Cultaholic,
yeah,
I couldn't leave them out. And if I was to say an individual person, someone who's sort of had the same route as me, would be Tom Campbell. He's a lovely man on Twitter. And to echo one of Tom Campbell's sentiments, which he said in a tweet recently, for people who are struggling in lockdown and over these few months, we all look through social media and we see how well everyone's doing. We see the lovely pictures of their dinners and their lockdown workout bodies. But don't compare don't compare your behind the scenes to someone's greatest hits.
Yeah. It's one of the main reasons I don't use Instagram that much, because it's so fake. It's just everybody's best, experience. I can assure you that they're not having that much of a good time. It's not that great. So,
but talking about something that's great, that was the first episode of the Be-Cray Podcast.
That was great.
Thank you so much for being a guest.
Archie, thank you for having me, man. For real, it's been a great honor to be here and the first guest.
I'm almost quite sad that it's ending.
I know. Next episode, Skial Part 2.
Skial 2, Skial Harder.
Skial Part 2.
On to the outro now. Thank you very much for joining. Goodbye, Brandon. Check him out on all of his social medias. www.skial, twitch.tv/Skial for his Twitch account.
Underscore
at the end of Skial, but also
Skial_.
And yeah, I will leave links to all of your social medias in the description.
Thank you very much.
splash. J'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant dans mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris. Mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi. Poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois.